Today, I want to talk about a tricky thought that comes up for a lot of people, and it's this: I am just going to have one drink. I used to tell myself this all the time, or I might say something like, can't I just have one? What's the harm in one drink? Or just one's not going to hurt. If I have one drink, it'll make this craving go away, and I will definitely stop after one glass. There's something very seductive about the just one drink thought, because it sounds as if you're going to have the best of both worlds. It feels as if you're going to get rid of your craving, feel satisfied, but not do much harm because, hey, it's only one drink, right? Now, in this video, I'm not even going to bother talking about what happens when we have just one drink. Logically, we know that if that strategy worked on a consistent, reliable, feel-good basis, then neither of us would be here. I wouldn't be recording this video and you wouldn't be watching it. I've spoken lots of times about how normal it is to struggle to exercise control over a substance that makes you lose control. And it is boringly predictable to become reliant on an addictive drug like alcohol. My blog 2 weeks ago was about this exact topic, so I won't repeat all of that here. Instead, I want to offer up 2 points for you to consider when it comes to this "can't I just have one drink" thought. Because you want to have some alternative thinking about this that's more useful than just, well, I really want it though. The first point I want to make is this: having one drink won't provide the satisfaction you think it will. Now, we like to think that one drink will relieve us of a craving. We want to believe that one drink is going to satisfy us so we can stop thinking about it and end that mental battle. So having just one drink feels like a really smart solution. That's what's so seductive about it. It feels like a solution, but it's not. You are actually walking into a trap instead. Because here's the thing: if you are obsessing over having just one drink, if you are ruminating on that thought, going back and forth over it, then you're making it a really big deal in your mind. You are putting alcohol up on a pedestal and romanticizing it. And when you have that one drink, all of those sexy thoughts about it aren't going to magically vanish. They're still going to be there, only now you've taken this drug that zaps your willpower and affects your thinking. So yeah, of course you're going to want more, and it's going to be harder to say no because you've crossed that line. So just make sure you're really clear on that. When you have just one drink, you aren't killing your craving for alcohol. You're actually fueling it instead. And it's really important to remember that. Here's the other point I want to make about this. How much mental energy are you willing to waste on 1 or 2 drinks? What are you okay with? Because here's what used to happen to me, and I know it happens to many of the women I work with. Let's say you go out for a drink with your partner or a friend. So you want to go to that being fully present and engaged and enjoying their company and the conversation and the atmosphere. And that's kind of the whole point of going, isn't it? That's why we do those things. We want to be there, having a good time, enjoying it. When you bring alcohol into the picture, and this battle to just have one drink or a couple of drinks, you suddenly go from being fully present to juggling 2 separate conversations. So you're having the one that you're having out loud with the person you're with, and then you've got this other internal chatter about your drinking. And that conversation might sound a bit like, wow, I'm halfway through this drink already. I wonder if we're going to have another one. It was only a small glass, and actually, I don't think one more will hurt. Look at everyone else. Everyone else is drinking. Oh, I don't know why I waste so much time trying to not drink. Actually, Perhaps we should get a bottle instead, because the service here is pretty slow. So if I decide I want another drink, it's going to take forever to get that. I hope no one wants to eat food yet. I'm not interested in eating. I want to keep this buzz going. If we do go somewhere else for food, it better be somewhere with a good cocktail menu. I want to carry on drinking. In fact, maybe I'm going to want some more drinks when I get home tonight. I wonder if there's any wine in the fridge. Perhaps there isn't. Maybe I should stop by the shop on the way back. Can you see how alcohol starts to very quickly dominate the show? It's a complete distraction that's taking you out of the moment. It's not very relaxing to listen to either. It's really hard to have a good time when your whole evening has become centered around what you're going to drink, when, where, how much, is it okay? It's like an exhausting sideshow. We always talk about alcohol as if it's the magic ingredient, the icing on the cake, the secret to a wonderful night. But look, that just isn't really true. It's draining and boring. So this is why I don't recommend trying to cut down or moderate. Because even if you do manage, by hook or by crook, to make it work, there's not a lot of mental freedom there, or fun. You are making the contents of your glass extremely important. It's totally dominating your energy and your experience. When really, to be brutal about this, your life should be about more than that. It needs to be about more than the liquid that is or isn't in your glass. I always recommend taking a break from drinking instead. Take a complete break for a defined period of time. When you do that and you take alcohol off the table for a while, you give yourself the opportunity to step out of this tiresome pattern and experience something else for a while. A break means that you can start doing the real work of sobriety, which is looking beyond alcohol and figuring out what your cravings are really all about. I mean, there's nearly always some kind of unmet need behind each craving, and you can satisfy that need without drinking. That bit just takes a bit of figuring out and practice, and that's the kind of thing we do on my course, and that's why the class is 6 weeks long, because, hey, it takes a bit of time to do that and work it all out. So I hope I've given you a couple of things to think about today. As always, scroll down and let me know how you're feeling about this and where you are on your alcohol-free journey. I'm wishing you a really great week ahead.